Welcome to the Day 4 tournament in a TeaBreak. It's Ros Satar.
And Chris Oddo.
And we are back home after a late night surge on Uber. You want to know why? Because of one Mr. Murray and one Mr. Herbert, or Merbert, as I decided to call them.
Yeah, and he's playing at Wimbledon. Who would have thunk it?
Do you know? Well, I've got to admit, I did fear when they lost the first set, and then they came back quite well and won, and they put them as predicted on court number 1. But there was a lot more stuff to talk about today. So let's dial in. What are we going to hit first?
How about Angelique Kerber? Because I just heard you utter that name, and this will be our last chance to talk about her for the fortnight. The defending champion, Angelique Kerber, who we thought, had a pretty good shot to make a deep run here again and possibly, at least threaten to defend that title. She's gone, down and out, lost to Lauren Davis today after winning the first set. And Davis just hit her with a barrage of winners, 45 in total, and I think Kerber managed 13. Oh, that's not out of the ordinary for Kerber to have a player hit more winners than her, but I'm thinking, how did Lauren Davis get 45 winners past Angelique Kerber?
I watched a little bit. So I watched in the first set, and I think Lauren Davis went up a break, and then Kerber fought back. And I thought, when she fought back and she took the first set quite comfortably, I thought, okay, not business as usual. Maybe a bit nervous, a little bit edgy, but okay, that's fine. And then the next time I checked in on the match, it was like matches pointers.
Yeah, totally got away from her.
It was just like, okay.
3 of the final 15 games against a player who looked to be injured, was kind of mummified on the legs, tape all over the shoulder. Davis, of course, is a player that, as I was telling you earlier, had to save a match point in the first round of qualies, then lost in qualies, got a lucky loser in. Am I tired? Lucker loser?
A lucker loser?
Got a lucky loser into the tournament, is now into the third round at a slam, or at Wimbledon for the second time. This is as far as she's ever been. And if you,
who did she have next then?
If you check her draw, you could say, is there any chance that Lauren Davis gets past Carla Suarez Navarro? I don't see why not. I'd say Suarez Navarro is the favorite there, but a great opportunity for her to make the second week.
For sure. And we know what Lauren Davis is capable of. I mean, for me, I just think back to that epic match with Simona Halep. Where, I think after that, her toenails are falling off for days afterwards. It was, and that was the match that we all thought. That was the year that we all thought it was Simona's for the taking. So this was 2017. We all thought it was Simona's for the taking. That this was going to be her slam, and that she came through all this stuff. She'd rolled her ankle in the first round. She beat Jeannie Bouchard literally on one leg. She came through this epic match. But as soon as I saw Davis in the draw, I thought, yeah, Angie, you're in trouble, girl. So yeah, she's gone. She said that she had no energy, and somebody said, well, wait, you won the first set. And she said, yeah, but I felt I was always pushing myself. She never felt it. She said that she felt that she was pushing herself all the time, and that she never really got comfortable with her rhythm. And I think that's what Davis does. She takes away your rhythm. She takes away the rug from under your feet, and that's exactly what she did with Kerber. She, you hear Kerber say the same things over again, but she was
You do.
But she was pretty like front up, because she was like, I was trying to find my game from the whole match actually. And she okay.
Can I give you a funny story about Kerber? We all know I love Angelique Kerber. I just think she's really keeps it really buttoned up and pressed, and that's fine. That's her prerogative. But a German journalist next to me, his name is Pino, said, "Oh, she doesn't give you anything in press." She's like, "I could take a press from 5 years ago and use it the same quotes."
So she's the same with the Germans then.
Yes, and I asked him, "Did you get anything in German?" Nothing. Anyway, tough day for her. She's looking forward to the. You never count Angelique Kerber out. She could return and win the U.S. Open. She's that kind of a player. Gets hot, can be the best in the world.
And I think, in fairness to her, she did seem a lot more comfortable this time around as a defending champion in terms of all the kerfuffle that goes around the outside. In the past, she felt obliged the first time she was doing something to say yes to everything. Then she went bombed out of the Australian Open. Then she felt that then with the US Open, she was slightly better, still didn't quite make it. And here she's been like, kind of, you know what, I'm just going to focus on me, and everything starts from zero, unfortunately. You've gone from hero to zero. So she's now, I would say, if we count Vekic as well, she's now the third casualty in that quarter of doom. So we lost Garbiñe Muguruza, we lost Donna Vekic, and now we've lost Kerber. So
Sharapova,
yes, you're absolutely right.
We were even flirting with talking about Kuznetsova and Stosur as former Grand Slam champions, though we knew they weren't going to threaten it all. But pretty much the draw, the quarter of death is now not very potent at all. In fact, it looks
like the quarter of a slight graze on the arm.
And we should talk about the fact that Serena Williams advanced, but she did not look very good in doing so. So it really, right now, looks like Ash Barty's quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, I watched a little bit of Serena's first set and thought, oh my God, you really do need matches. But then she sort of got the measure of Juvan and started to play a lot better. And it was interesting in press because people were saying, now that you've had this like little bit of a stumble, are you going to ditch Andy? And she's like, no, actually, I think it's really important that I play because that gives us matches. So, so she's pretty... But it's intriguing because it opens it up nicely for her for 24.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think you make a good point that in this case, playing mix might actually help her because she was rusty today. I thought she looked good in her first match. Was quick around the court and seemed pretty energetic and seemed like maybe fit. I said maybe she is much more fit than we saw her at Roland Garros. But then today she took a step back. And even when she started to pull away in the third set from Yvonne, who, by the way, is a very crafty and creative player that I enjoyed very much, Serena took a 5-2 lead. You think, okay, she'll put this match away, and then she dropped 2 games in a row, was broken, and actually, she served with authority in the final game to close it out. But it just never felt calm and easy for Serena. She needs to get better.
Well, she knows that, and I think now she's going to go into those mixed doubles very much with the mind of we need to do well, we need to win, we need to have fun, but we need to win. Because I need more matches if I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
But I think it's shaping. I think it's opening up nicely for her. But you think that she's going to have a problem with Julia Gerges?
I do. I mean, I think Gerges is going to face her for the second consecutive year at Wimbledon. She did not play very well when they met in the semis last year. I think she was off the mark and made a lot of unforced errors in that match. But if she is on the mark, we know what kind of power she possesses, and we know that Serena will have difficulty, getting to a lot of hard hit balls by Gerges. So it's up to Gerges to execute, but I think she can definitely ruffle the feathers of Serena.
Gerges made it to the final of Birmingham where she lost to her good friend Barty. So she's in form. She's got some good grass time under her feet. I think she's going to be a danger.
One of many third rounders to watch, both sides of the draw. I mean, shall we run down a few of these before we maybe move in?
Let's do.
I mean, I'll go first. Sloane Stephens, Johanna Konta is a match that's going to be great.
Absolutely. I mean, Konta seems to have the measure of Stephens. I don't know why when they match up because they've got quite. I think Stephens has got maybe a lot more versatility around the court than maybe Joe does. Stephens is a very athletic player and will happily run around the court all day long. But Jo seems to have been able to flummox her, I think because she can take the ball very, very quickly, takes time away from Stephens and stops her from exploiting where she wants to put the ball. And she's been very effective against her, but I think that's going to be a great quarter to look at. I can't wait for Burtons and Stritzova. That's going to be all kinds of drama.
That could be fun. Yeah, Burtons barely squeaked by Taylor Townsend today, but nevertheless, she got it done. So nice to see her. I mean, trying to shake off the bad vibes from Roland Garros.
Yeah, and then Petra Kvitova came through what looked like a tough battle against Kristina Mladenovic. She was struggling to begin with and then found her form. I wish I'd gone down to that press conference because I would have liked to have said, so, not practicing or playing at all in the day off seems to be suiting you.
Yeah, passed a really difficult test there because Mladenovic played well and had 3-set points in the opener. Kvitova was able to take charge once she saved those match points and claimed the first set. She kind of rolled in the second. I think it gave her a lot of confidence. And out on court 1, that was the court where she lost in the first round last year to Alexandra Sasnovich. So Petra's picking up confidence, and she does not seem to be having any issues at all with the arm.
And she's lucky that she's one of these players that she doesn't have to hit a lot and practice a lot. She can just pick up the thing. And she adores Wimbledon. There's nothing about this place that she doesn't like.
Yeah.
And, for her, I get a sense that she feels that she's home. You know, and I think the more wins that she gets under her belt, she's definitely one to watch. But let's have a look at tomorrow. Well, actually, before we look at tomorrow's lineup, let's have a look at the one match, really. There was only one match that was worth watching on the men's side.
Oh, yeah.
We need to talk about it. And it was, of course, flipping over.
Which one was it?
I don't know about you, but I was looking at Sangren. No, I wasn't.
Was it Kupfer and Schwartzman?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. You'd never catch me watching Sangren either. Of course, it was Johnson and... No, it wasn't that too. But it was an Australian. It was, of course, Nadal and Kyrgios.
Oh, man. What an entertaining match.
Yeah. I mean, I did fear in the first set, and I thought, I think I might have even messaged you to say, that Nick turned up.
Yeah, then, you did.
And then he picked it up in the second set. And then to go out in 2 tiebreakers for the third and fourth, there's no shame in that at all.
Kyrgios played well.
I think he did. I think it was an entertaining match. I do think that there's an eagle there. I do think that Nadal has no time for him at all. I mean, there was the whole wagging finger thing.
There was.
Which I thought... And this is... I mean, let's be fair here. Nadal is salty when he loses, and he can be a bit of a salty character when he wins as well.
He gets offended rather easily, right? And hey...
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that's his prerogative. But I get very annoyed when people paint him out to be some kind of saint. He's not a saint. Neither is Federer. They're both perfectly capable of having a right good paddy. You know, so I don't buy this, they're wonderful. And for the record, I don't buy that Djokovic is wonderful either. He can sometimes smack that ball into the crowd and one day is going to do somebody some damage. So, you know, all three of them, as good as they are, as great as they are, as wonderful as their achievements are, can be sore losers at times when they want to be.
And if there's anyone who can make you saltier than you already were, it's Nick Kyrgios. 2 underarm serves. One went for an ace. I'm not sure what happened with the second one. He drilled Rafa with a forehand to the midriff that Rafa could only deflect, and then the stare of death happened after that. And then that was I think 4-4 in the third, and Nadal hold and went with this epic celebration. I mean, I was worried a little bit that Rafa was going to get overexcited about this because he clearly has it in for Kyrgios. Yeah. He clearly has some animosity there. He gloats. He was gloating in press, and I just thought maybe he's going to get carried away and like maybe lose his handle on the match because it really was so close. 2 tiebreakers in set 3 and 4, and it was Nadal kept coming up with the big shots.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's just because Kyrgios is just not as match fit and sharp as you'd want him to be. You know, if he had a really good run in the grass court season, if he did apply himself a little bit more, he would be devastating. But then he wouldn't be Kyrgios. But then it wouldn't be Nick. Yeah. Okay.
Either way, I mean, let's just freely admit that we enjoyed the match. That I think it lived up to the hype that was created before it. So not only did we enjoy the match, we enjoyed the run up. We enjoyed everything about the press conferences. It was a really fun experience, and frankly, I'm a little bit sad it's over. But Nadal faces Tsonga next. That could be fun, and we move on. We say goodbye to Nick Kyrgios. Perhaps 2 rounds was about right for him here at Wimbledon.
Yeah, for this year for sure. And also, Tsonga is no walkover. He's going to be quite tough to beat. You know, Nadal got up for this. Is he going to think, Tsonga's just coming back from injury?
No, he knows. He's.
I think Tsonga's a danger here.
I think he knows that Tsonga pushed Federer into 3 in Halle, and that was a close match, and he's yet to drop a set. Of course, one of the matches was against Bernard, the tank engine Tomic, and I think now that Tomic has been fined 45,000 pounds, Tsonga's thinking, maybe I didn't play that well in that match after all. But he beat Ricardas Berankis today, and that's one of the third rounders to watch for sure. Any other ones you'll be watching, Ross?
Well, you know, the funny thing is I did our 3 to see, and I really struggled to come up with a captivating match in the top half of the draw. I mean, you know, Djokovic is going to batter her catch. Maybe Auger Aliassime against Humbert.
Absolutely, just to watch Felix and see. Who knows? I've liked Humbert. I think he's an interesting player. He's played some good tennis this year. But yeah, it's about FAA in that match. He'd never won a match at a slam before, and here he is on the cusp of making the second week. I'll raise my hand and say Daniil Medvedev and David Goffin. I think it's a nice matchup, an interesting one.
Yeah, Medvedev just annoys me. I was half tempted to go with Verdasco and Fabiano because Fabiano has been Fabi. Arno. He's been fab on the grass, and Verdasco on his day can be tricky.
Yeah.
As much as I love Kevin Anderson, I love talking to him. I think he's one of the most articulate, well-spoken, well-thought guys. The thought of watching him play against Peyo was, no, that's not going to be. And as for Opelka and Raonic, that's just dull as Dullville, I'm afraid.
There'll be moments. I'll tune in for the breakers for sure.
I actually picked Khachanov and Batista Agut.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
That's going to be quite
slugging going on there.
It's going to be quite a close match, that one. So that was my pick for the 3 to see for tomorrow. But on the women's side, we're in for a couple of treats, I think. So on the women's side, I was spoiled for choice, actually, if I'm going to be honest.
I'll agree with you there.
Because I really wanted to see whether Elina Svitolina could make something after her advance due to Gasparian injuring herself.
She was nearly out. It seemed like she was on her way out of the tournament.
That's right. And I think Svitolina and Sakkari will be interesting.
Definitely.
I think Halep and Azarenka is the match to watch.
Most definitely that is the one to see tomorrow.
And hot on its heels, Pliskova and Shea, because I think Pliskova's press conference was hilarious when somebody said, "Do you practice with Shea?" And she was like, "No, I don't feel like practicing with her." And they were like, "Oh, why not?" And because Pliskova's so blunt and straight-faced, just think Andy Murray but female in Czech. And she was like, "No, because when you practice, you want to practice normal tennis, not this kind of style of tennis." But she was pretty complimentary when she was actually talking about Shea, saying, she is unpredictable, she's very, very tough, and she can really take it to the big players. Obviously, she beat Halep here last year. She's just all kinds of tricky. She slices and she dices and she juliennes your opponents and serves them up with the hummus.
She's just
on the side.
And, she's getting better with age. It seems she's really more consistent. She used to dazzle us here and there back in the day, but now I feel like every tournament you can count on her to be really a tough out. I would not be surprised if she pulled the upset there. And I've had Pliskova as a potential even title winner here, but.
Now I'm beginning to believe if she makes it past Manic Monday, I really will be getting on that train. And in terms of Halep and Azarenka, I think we actually had drinks with one of my Romanian colleagues who's a lovely guy. And he was like kind of a little bit concerned, I think. But I think Halep will get it, but I think it's going to be a tough 3-setter.
I just feel like Azarenka's time is due, and that.
Yeah.
I think that's a coin toss. I think that's going to be a very heated battle. It's going to be 3 sets. It's going to be some great tennis. I think tomorrow night we'll be sitting here talking about the match of day 5, and that will be it. That's my prediction.
Okay, well, as we've said, it's pretty late. It's 11:30 for us. It's been quite a long day. So hopefully we will be back tomorrow. Let's have a quick look at what's coming up for you for the schedule. Do we have the schedule?
I can pull that up for you.
Let's pull that up. Scores and schedule. There you go. Click on that. Order of play. There we go. So, if you have a centre court ticket, Halep and Azarenka are second on. And if you want to see the amazing Coco Gauff,
I do.
She will be third. I might go out and watch a little bit of that. Shea and Pliskova are on court 1. Djokovic and Felix following after. So that's a decent ticket to have. And if you've got court 2, you've got Wozniacki, Khachanov and Medibert. I hate the fact that I've just called it Medibert.
You sound like Brad Gilbert.
Yeah. Oh, God, shoot me now. Number 3 court is Svitolina, Sakkari, Muchova and Kontaveit, Fernando Verdasco and Fabiano, and mixed doubles.
Jamie Murray and Bethany Maddox.
Murray the Elder against Joe Salisbury and Katie Dunn. Yeah, Murray Major and Murray Minor. And the less we say about Opelka and Raonic, the better. So we will be back hopefully tomorrow. But until then, you have, of course, been listening to Ros Satar
and Chris Oddo.
Bye bye.
Take care.